Communities, having gone days without any water or electricity, took to the streets. It's the only way, they said, to make their voices heard.
When people are getting raped, when people are getting murdered, y'all are not coming. When this is happening, you're fast to run, to come and shoot at us and tear gas us. It's not right what y'all are doing. It's not right. My 10-year-old son got tear gassed.
There's no power, there's no vote.
West part. Children are writing exams. How are they supposed to study if there's no electricity?
This water situation is going on for months and months and months. There's no solutions to it.
Protests were widespread, affecting areas like Kwaklimba, where residents complained of having no water in their taps for 6 years.
Even when we had funerals, we had to wait for water or fetch water from the river if the water tanker did not arrive. Some houses are not next to the road and you are forced to walk more than 5 kilometers to fetch water.
We have lived without water for such a long time. It's painful that there is no water in clinics and in schools. Learners can't be at school without water. This also affected our domestic duties. Even on weekends, we wait for water tankers that sometimes don't come.
The city largely put the blame for the water outages on the damage caused by the devastating floods in April 2022, but also pointed fingers at sabotage or vandalism of infrastructure. The National Department of Water and Sanitation, the Municipality and the Umgeni Utikelo Water Board released a lengthy statement in January this year outlining the efforts to address the water crisis in the city. The authorities in the statement said the main cause was a growing population which exceeded supply, but also said that the higher demand was due to increased leaks in the municipality's water distribution systems. To address these challenges, the statement said, amongst others, that the city planned to replace old pipelines and infrastructure, implement a leak detection and repair program, and introduce a pressure valve management program. At Kwaklimba, the city said water supply was restricted due to the limited size of the bulk pipeline, but conceded that a project to improve water provision had been delayed. The constant disruption of water supply to Verulam, Utangati and Phoenix was put down to damage to the old northern aqueduct. The commissioning of a new aqueduct was to begin in February this year, but the city failed to make its deadlines after visits and promises by the national minister.
The remaining valves require modification to fit the new valves into the network, which also requires that the city embark upon a shutdown to be able to do this work. This modification work was not foreseen when the work was planned to be completed by the 15th of February 2024. And for that reason, we wish to sincerely apologize to the residents who are going to be impacted as a result of this work that has not been completed on time.
And vandalism was also blamed, which the community dismissed as untrue.
It's only when we raise this crisis, this humanitarian disaster, in fact, that suddenly they want to procure equipment, suddenly they want to inspect valves, suddenly they are saying that valves are dysfunctional, suddenly there's a new thing now called vandalism. We've never seen evidence of this vandalism. And I'm asking the employer, in fact, I'm calling them out right now on live TV, please present us with vandalism and show me a police case number that we as a community can look at and see where there was vandalism. It's just another blatant lie to the communities.
The city suffered a further setback earlier this year when municipal employees embarked on an unprotected strike which lasted for several weeks. The strike, accompanied by violence, intimidation and sabotage, led to the complete standstill of service delivery. Hospitals and clinics were affected, some were closed. City officials said striking workers caused at least 10 million rand in damage to infrastructure. They dismissed 88 employees, while 13 were arrested and charged with damage to property. The strike nearly brought the city to its knees, but also disrupted the planned restoration of water to many areas. The only long-term solution to the city's water problems is the planned 28 billion rand dam on the Umkomazi River, the first phase of which is set to be completed by 2030. But in the meantime, while the authorities work on their planned solutions, they've urged communities to use water sparingly. which some residents who continue to battle constant water outages might greet with scepticism. Renee Heine, SABC News, Durban.